No long-term deal done. Josh Allen gets slapped with a franchise tag. Let's talk about it. So before we get into this video, quick word from this video's sponsor, BetUS.
BetUS, America's favorite sportsbook and casino. Live betting and racebook. We're celebrating 30 years with a historic offer. A 125% sign-up bonus on your first 3 deposits. Plus 10% gambler's insurance. Get started today. BetUS, where the game begins.
So guys, AFC South futures are here right now, and it's a pretty tight race between the top 3 teams. You have the Texans at number 1 at plus 160, Jaguars at plus 180, and the Colts at plus 275. So exactly how the AFC South finished in 2023. If you guys are interested in making any of these bets or anything else on BetUS, look, they're going to have you hooked up all off season long. You know, right now there's there's a free agency futures going on. There's also going to be some new draft ones rolling out, and of course, all different kinds of futures when it comes to Super Bowl, conference championships, and the division titles over here on BetUS. So supporting the sponsor helps support the channel, man. 125% deposit bonus on your first 3 deposits using promo code JOIN125. Thank you to BetUS for sponsoring this video. Now let's talk about Josh Allen. So really no surprises here on the Jaguars franchise tag Josh Allen. Now the big mystery is what's going to go on with Calvin Ridley. But when we go back to Josh Allen, look, the Jaguars, tried to get a last-minute deal done. But much like when you try to procrastinate an exam and wait till the last week or so to study for it, you're going to get like a C. And that's kind of what the Jaguars did here. When I heard Trent Baalke speak to the media a few weeks ago, and we figured out that from Josh Allen's team that they haven't tried to negotiate anything, I knew that it was going to come to the franchise tag. And it almost seems intentional at this point because, how do you go through November, December, and like January and February without really communicating too much with him? I mean, Trent Baalke literally has an assistant GM in Ethan Waugh, and, they don't do anything. So I guess this was kind of the plan all along, but I'm not going to freak out too much because, look, you have until July to work out a new deal. It's been done the past few years. I know everybody wants everything done now, and I don't know. I don't think that the image looks bad. I'm sure Josh Allen knows that a deal will be done. It's just this is the way the GM works. He likes to extend these type of conversations over the course of the offseason and give him more time to be able to do stuff, and that's just how it is with Josh Allen. So we'll just wait for the long-term deal. It just won't come now. So now when it comes to Calvin Ridley, I really don't think Calvin Ridley gets signed back on a team for a couple reasons. Number one, he's going to hit the open market, and unless you're an Andrew Wingard or like a Trey Herndon, a lot of times these guys, especially with a guy like Calvin Ridley, who's going to be the top wide receiver on the free agency block, it's going to look like these guys don't really ever hit free agency really, like these big high money guys. They never go out there and come back and sign with their team. It just doesn't really happen too much. So that's kind of what I'm expecting from Calvin Ridley. I think that the Jaguars let him go, and we're going to keep the second. And just overall, I think the main thing is I really just, don't like the fit with the Jaguars. I honestly think that Calvin Ridley's a number 2. And I think the Jaguars have a really good number 2 with Christian Kirk. And I think the kind of receiver the Jaguars need, they need the big dude. They need the outside threat. They need the true number 1. And I think that's going to have to come from getting younger. So with Calvin Ridley, I think he's going to be great if he goes to a team like, the Jets, who the Jets have their, number 1 wide receiver in Garrett Wilson, so he'll be able to kind of slide on the inside. Even for the Chiefs, their main target is Travis Kelce, so he's going to kind of be able to sneak into the offense. I think with the Jaguars, they really tried to make him the focal point, and he had some good moments, but he never really caught on. But with that said, we don't really know what the future holds for him. Maybe he does sign back with the Jaguars, but at the moment, he will not get a tag, so he'll probably be testing free agency. Now, with Josh Allen, he went ahead and the franchise tag is going to cost $24 million straight against the cap. which he's being counted as a linebacker. If he was being counted as a defensive end, it would be like 21, I think like 20 or $21 million against the cap. So he is officially noted as a linebacker. And some other moves that the Jaguars made between today and yesterday. Yesterday, the Jaguars cut Fully Fatukasi. Today, the Jaguars cut Rayshon Jenkins. Those two were not very surprising to me, but they did also cut Darius Williams. Now, the Jaguars are very, very slim at cornerback, and with Darius Williams, it makes us even slimmer, but I guess just the fit wasn't right with what Ryan Nielsen wants to do, and Darius Williams is more of his own guy. So good luck to him. Farewell to all those guys, and those moves saved the Jaguars basically $20 million. So you save money by cutting those three guys, but you get put right back into a weird situation where the Jaguars franchise tag Josh Allen, so it's $24 million against the cap. So you basically netted like negative $4 million. So now the Jaguars have $20 million to work with. Some different guys to look out really over the course of like the next week or so. Brandon Sheriff, the Jaguars cut him. They saved $9 million. Cam Robinson, $16 million that they cut him. Also, even Zay Jones, they would save $4 million. So in a situation where the Jaguars might try to trim some of the fat on the roster and open up some money, because it feels like the Jaguars are going to need to retool in a lot of ways, switch some things up, especially if we want to still be competitive, this upcoming season. Gonna be some moves to be made. So yeah, overall, like I said, the Jaguars have some work to do. And look, the Jaguars right now are very, very slim at cornerback, interior offensive line, defensive line, and wide receiver. Major holes at all those positions. Just well done, Trent. Well done, Trent Baalke. And year 4 of you being a GM, and on Trevor Lawrence's last year on his rookie deal, this is what the roster looks like. We have major gaps at extremely critical positions on the team. Just well done. Well done. So, with all that said, we'll see what happens. Also, guys, be sure, follow me on all my socials. Look, I'm very active on Twitter. I'm actually getting a lot more active on Instagram. So if you guys like Instagram, I am at UCF_Jaguar on both of those platforms. Please be sure to follow me, as I'm going to, really try, especially on Instagram. I'm trying to, really do some cool and big things over there. So follow me on that. And also a big shout out to BetUS for sponsoring this video. 125% deposit bonus on your first 3 deposits using promo code JOIN125. 24/7 customer service. Quick 24-hour payouts. Thank you guys for watching. Go Jags.